Hello, this is Jennifer. I'm going to go ahead and take you down this particular creek. This is a creek that basically floods like 5 times per year, but I am going to take you down to see a dinosaur nest. Yes, we have a dinosaur nest down this creek, so I wanted to show this to you. So I'm going to pause this until I actually get there. It's a 5-minute walk down this particular creek. And once I reach there, at least getting close to it, then I'll go ahead and continue recording. So I'll see you there in just a moment. Okay, just to go ahead and give you an update here. I have now reached this part of the creek where I am wearing my water shoes. And granted, I'm wearing a dress, but you know what? I don't really care. I probably should care, but I don't know. All my stuff are packed right now, so I got limited clothing that I'm actually wearing. So I'm planning on wearing this when I get on the plane. So I'll make sure it's washed. So what I'm basically doing right now is I'm walking through the creek. I better not drop this phone. If I drop this phone, I'm going to be so sad. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pause again, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of the journey here. So I have to walk down here. A lot of fish in this creek. It's a little slippery. There is a lot of dead water grass, I guess you could say, mixed in with fish debris. So there we go. So it's a bit slippery. It especially got very warm, like jungle warm. If you listen very carefully, that's hard because you hear water and you hear me. There's a lot of deep bird sounds like a jungle. It's amazing to me. But ew, I'm not stepping through that. Right now it's a beautiful day right now. It rained a little bit last night and I was a little concerned that it might flood, but it was a passing rain, so it was very good. Yeah, and I got to visit family on all sides. So it's been really good. Oh, got a butterfly on me. Lots of critters out here. You know, it really feels like a jungle, like you're walking through a jungle. It's just minus the monkeys and the tigers. But there are mountain lions here, as well as bobcats, black bears. Black bears are not very common though. They used to be, but not anymore. And also a lot of snakes. So I'm kind of trying to be very mindful of where I walk because I am by water. And where there's water, there are snakes. So I have to be very careful. The general rule in Arkansas is if there is a snake swimming in the water, it is poisonous. I don't know about any other places. I just know in Arkansas, if there's a snake in the water, it's poisonous because most non-poisonous snakes here in Arkansas do not like to be inside the water. I don't know why. It's just something I noticed. But anyways, we'll be going down to that particular bend down there where it will have the dinosaur nest. So I will see you in a little bit. Okay, I am now approaching the area where the dinosaur nest is. Now, the one thing that is interesting is that these are not imprint fossils that I'm about to show you. What I'm about to show you are actual petrified fossils. It's inside of an interesting looking rock. It looks like some type of volcanic rock, which would explain how those eggs and other creatures inside these rocks became petrified. There are 2 particular types of fossils. There's one type where it's called the imprint fossil. If I can find some. Here, I'll show you an example of an imprint fossil. We have lots of them here. Let me hold this bit here. Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find an imprint fossil so you can kind of see the difference here. I'm looking in the wrong area, I think. I see a lot of bitty ones, but I'm hoping to see if I can find a nice good one, which I think I'm just being picky now. Okay. I think this one will be okay. Oh, this is okay. Yeah. This is a tiny, tiny one, but this is what you would call an imprint fossil. As you can see, there are imprints on it, like it's been squashed in the mud and left there, and it decayed, and the only thing that's left over is the imprint on the rock. That is called an imprint fossil. What I'm about to show you now is what you would call petrified fossils. So I'm gonna show you this rock here. All this here, there used to be a lot more here, but the flood waters, this creek floods like 5 times per year, and it's like very powerful flood. It can carry cars and dead trees, like huge trees with the root. And it washed out this whole entire area where the fossils used to be. So all we have is the surviving section where the eggs are at. Now if you look really closely at this particular rock, there are particular veins inside this rock, so it's actually quite unusual. It's like as if it's a different material. My guess is that it's rather volcanic. Volcanic activity usually causes petrification of some kind because it contains, it either contains like for example, sulfur or lime. Limestone usually causes the petrification process, as kind of what I've seemed to see. So anytime you see a type of actual petrified fossils, usually there was some type of volcanic activity involved. So here, I'm going to go ahead and show you the first. I had to be careful. This is all poison ivy, so I had to be very, very careful. So I'm going to bend down here. Now, this here are not gravel. This is all, sorry about the focus here. These are all sea creatures. I actually know what kind of sea creatures these are. These are not river creatures. These are actually sea creatures. These are the broken off legs of a deep sea. It's kind of very similar to coral. There is still some in existence today, but right now they only live in the deep ocean. I like this one here, because as you can see right here, it's a nice long leg right there. That's actually a broken off section of the leg of these deep sea creatures. When I go back to Korea, I will show you which species it is. But all of this is not gravel. This is all tiny little sea creatures that have been petrified into what they are right now. So you can actually see what they exactly look like. So this used to be under very deep ocean. Okay, now if I can get by here without touching the poison ivy, that'd be great. Ah! Now I'm gonna have to wash my face. Great. That's all right. No problem. That's what I get for living in Arkansas. Here's some more fossils here. I really think this is so cool. All of these are tiny little sea creature legs, and some of them are tiny bits of bone. So it's very fascinating to me. One thing that's very fascinating to me also is the fact that these are all sea creatures. So this used to be under ocean. The only way these things can actually be made is if a great calamity happened, get a little mixture of possibly lime involved, and then a very big catastrophe, and lots and lots of water, and bury it very quickly, and you end up with these petrification types of things. Oh, forgot, here is one egg here, but I got some better ones over here. This is a crushed egg. It's hard to see at the moment, but this was crushed, so it was under a lot of pressure here. So that's the first example of an egg. I'm gonna go down here now. Make sure I'm not touching anything poisonous here. It really feels like being in a jungle here, but it's okay. All right, I'm gonna go down through here if I can bend down. Got some more fossils there. All right, now this is the egg area. This is always fascinating. Now, if you look here in this corner, that is an egg. And as you can see, there was some impact right here. Whoops, am I pointing right? There we go. There's some impact right here that caused some cracks like an egg all the way around right here. So that is one example of a petrified egg. Going over here, got another one right here, buried deep in this particular type of rock here. This is not a common rock in Arkansas, so I have a feeling it was carried down when there was some volcanic ash involved. Probably. This is also broken right here. This is also an egg. You can kind of slightly see the center right there, but it's hard to tell right now. Okay, can I look from the side? No, I don't see anything. Okay, just make sure I'm not passing any good ones here. Okay, going down here. Got some more nice fossils here. I like this glittering one right here. Now, when they become petrified into stone, they do not become the actual stone it is. Oh my goodness. I can see what this is. This is a seashell. It's a huge seashell. It goes from right here. This is the base of it, and there is the edge right there. So this was actually buried inside of it when it used to be mud. Okay. This is possible that these right here could be crushed eggs pushed together, but it's hard to tell. Got an egg right here. That is an egg. So I think these are all crushed eggs right there. Here is a nice egg here. Just to give you kind of a scale. Look how big that thing is. It's huge. It's like 5 times bigger than my hand. Okay. Now going over here. There was this one particular rock that I saw. You can actually see the center of it. Let's see here. Got some rocks here. Where did that rock go? I saw it. I know I saw it. Didn't go away, did it? It's probably down over here. Oh, sure enough, it was hiding. This is one of my favorite rocks because it's so detailed. These are my favorite eggs right there. Because as you can see, it is very, very much an egg. I wish I could get this out or something like that, but didn't do that. But you can see really closely the break. Like there was impact right here, and it caused a break like an actual egg. And you can kind of see a little bit of the center right there. But this is really an awesome egg. I love this one. Okay, so the one thing, that's pretty much most of it right there. I think there's one other egg over here that has a center. I saw it a while back. I recorded this video like 2 days ago, but the file became corrupted. So I couldn't record it. Oh my gosh, yes. This is an egg right here. This here is a broken egg in half. That's what it is. I didn't see it right away. Okay, so as you can see, the egg is about this thick. So the shell is actually quite hard, very hard. And you can kind of see the center here, where you can see that something was in the center of this particular egg. The texture of these eggs, by the way, are very smooth, like chalk. So you can tell how it actually does not fit most of the rocks here in this particular creek. It's a beautiful creek here, though. I'm hoping someday that you guys will be able to come down to Arkansas so you can kind of enjoy some very, very natural things. But one thing that geologists will say is that like dinosaurs are under certain layers. As you can see, you can walk on top of this and you can see all these eggs yourself. So for them to say that dinosaurs belong to a particular layer does not exist anywhere except in the textbooks. Because this entire thing, it's hard to see, this entire thing has its layers, sure. But as you can see, water, what it does is that when it washes into a particular area, what happens is that the heavier rocks sink to the bottom, and then whatever is lighter floats to the top. There's a rock. There's an egg right there inside that particular rock. And it creates layering. That's an you can actually shake up. You can actually shake up a bottle full of water with sand in it, and it will sort itself out into layers. So layering ignores the basic parts. Excuse me. The layers that the geologists say that are millions and millions of years old ignore the basic parts of the nature of water, where it can actually put things into layers in a very short matter of time. they ignore the fact that there is erosion involved. If you were to put millions and millions of years, these layers would wear down. There would be erosion marks, but there are no erosion marks. They're completely stacked on top of the other. Like they're like as if they've been packed down. Which is the only way you can get fossils, is if something big, catastrophic event to happen, like a flood. Most fossils happen underwater. So if professors are telling you that it has to be, you know, millions and millions of years in order for something to become fossilized, they are completely dead wrong. And most people don't believe me that I have a dinosaur nest right here in my backyard, but there it is. This is our dinosaur nest with lots of other sea creatures inside these rocks. This camera does not do justice. I'm hoping someday I can take some students with me or some family with me and show just how detailed these fossils in Arkansas is. Arkansas should not be called the natural state. It really should be called the fossil state, because you can actually see fossils from the times of Noah. It was actually because the nature of these woods, it proved to me how evolution was extremely impossible, because you can see the nature of Noah's flood absolutely everywhere. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that tour. I know this is a very long video, so I'm gonna let you go. I will see you guys when I get there very soon. All right, love you all. Bye.